Hey Lauren, so that's why I wanted to make this quick video. And this is the section that's not working that you gave me an example of. So if you look at the dynamo definition, I think this is your INT2 SAT. So what I would recommend you do is I would go to your 3D view, and if you try orienting to view and section schematic, it breaks, right? But if I go into 3D view and I turn the sort of section box on and off again, oops, let's get it off, and then turn it back on, and I pick it, if I pull it into the object, it's fine from here. It's when it hits that cylinder that it goes a little crazy. So it's just a mathematical problem with the way that Revit's seeing the solid. It's just too complex for it. So what you can do, and it would be fine with me if you wanted to do this as an example of your 2D, is you can pull it in, and if you pull it down just a little bit, it actually sees it. Right now it's starting to see the full section, right? And then you can try, like, it loses it again, but in some places it will see it. So if you can find a place where it sees it, you can just go to your front view and use that as your section. If you can get it into a place that you're happy with it, even sort of this way, maybe, it does just tend to get a little crazy, right? We could try it from the other side, maybe pull that guy out, see what happens from this side when it hits the center, right? You're getting a little bit more definition. Let me get the light right here. Let's do lighting top left, right? So this one's giving you a little bit more definition. You can kind of play around with it, in terms of where it's hitting. So see, when it gets up out of the object, suddenly it loses it. So you could do something like that, play with it until you get something that you like. And then, sometimes it just gets too wiggy. And then you can either, show that as your section, which is fine. And I know it's clipping off a little bit of the top, but we'll just live with that. And then when I come back, I would do the same thing for your plans. So here's I guess it's the other SAT, the INT3. This one's actually working. I'm not sure if it was the other one that wasn't working, but we'll talk about it anyway. If we go into 3D again, and I go to just look at it from the top, and I turn off the section box, turn it back on, and then if you want to, you can always try to orient to view if your plans aren't working. So if I go to orient to view, floor plans, and I go to plan 2, right? You can always use that as your view. Or if you want to, you can sort of, again, play around with it. Now, the view range is set strangely, or not strangely, but I can't. The view range, if you go in and set that to plan 1 and plan 1, right? Now if I orient to view plan schematic 2, let's take a look at that. Right, you get the full thing. So you could use this as actually if you have a plan that's not working and you can get it to work. You can also, again, just kind of come in and wheedle around with it and see what you can get, right? If it breaks, it breaks. But if, like right there, it's breaking, right? So if you keep pulling it a little further, it gets unbroken. So I would just find an area where you can get the plan and do the best you can, because sometimes the geometry is too complex for it. So that's about it.